Animals can be challenging to sketch because they have very organic shapes. Well, I'm going to show you how to sketch any animal without learning one bit of anatomy. I'm actually going to create a grid using my dots. We're going to lay that out and then have this very complex curved shape within that grid. So the first thing I need to do to create this grid is to compare the width of the rooster to the height. I'm excluding the legs down there, and it's about 2 to 3, that ratio. So that's the grid that I'm going to make on the page. And I have that width down the bottom. That's where I'm going to start. So it's a little bit lower than halfway on the page. 2 dots here. And then one little dot right in the middle. And that'll help us measure half. And now I'm going to go down that same. So we're going up the same height there on that side too. And then to make it 2 to 3, I have to add one more. So that's 2 to 3. Come out the side here. So I'm going to put a dot there. And then one in between, the same height as that dot. And over here. And then across here. The first shape I'm going to outline is the head within this top square. Up here, so halfway between these 2 points. And I'm going to do that shape across the top of his head. So I'm just using it as a comparison. So we don't have to take too long to get it perfect. Just do your best. I'm going to go down. I'm trying to follow the shape. It goes a little bit flatter and then it goes down at a steeper angle. There's a little bit of a wobble there. That you can see between those 2 dots. It comes down about there. Now around the back. So now this is why it's important we have that 1 and 2. It goes out and then a little bit further out than the dot. And that is a really important ratio to have, that proportion. Down. The legs almost go. I'm just going to measure on the reference again. Almost that same height there that we have. The bottom of the feathers coming down. And I'm doing the main outline first, so parallel. Up to that middle dot. Back this way and then up. I can see that these feathers cut between those 2 dots. Okay, now through that dot, goes a bit higher, doesn't it, up there? So I'll do a wavy line, go back on itself like that. Now I'm looking where that dot is. The feathers come way past out there. Ground. Now we've got the big shapes and they're all in proportion. So that was the grid method, and you can hardly see the grid. You won't notice it at the end with using dots. If you found that hard, you could use pencil and connect the dots. Now breaking this into smaller shapes, so I can see that from this point here goes across, we have that different color feathers there. So do something like that there. Then up at the face, so I'll connect those. Well, maybe I'll do the beak first, then I'll know a bit closer where to put the eye, and the eye's about there then. Now we can add a little bit more detail and then we'll suggest the background as well. So some feathers here showing the direction of the feathers going around the back of his head, like maroon kind of feathers. There's a few big feathers of the wing. And what have we got down here? I'm just trying to get the main changes of colour and shape. Once again, I'm not looking for accuracy, just getting the idea. You can see a feather going like that. One curling this way, you can overlap. Awesome. Edge this side. In terms of the background with the grass, we're once again not going to draw all of them, and we want the focus to be on the rooster. That. Just won't be able to draw all of these. Can we have our rooster and our background? Now we're ready for watercolor. I've got my round 10 brush, and the first color we're going to start with is cadmium red. So now you don't have to be perfectly within the lines, just slap on the color and then around this chin. I'll start with the black so I'm away from that color. And to do that, I'm going to start with ultramarine. So now I'm adding Payne's Grey to my ultramarine. So now each of the feathers, without going perfectly in the lines, let's do that. Oh, this feather goes all the way up, twists up there. My brush around each of these feathers. But I'm not going to go all the way down and add that Payne's Grey I suggested. Just desaturate a little bit down towards the bottom. A lighter color and then goes down to the darker color. Okay, now you can start the next thing, but I'm actually going to dry this because I really don't want it to bleed into the other colors in this example. The next color I'm going to use is burnt sienna. So starting in the head, it's all dry now here, so I can get a little bit closer. It's a bit easier. Go around. I'm actually going to put yellow ochre here. And continue this down. Now these little beautiful colors need a bit of this variegated wash, which means we're changing the color as it goes down. I'm going to add some cadmium yellow. So we're going from an orange to a straw color, then down to the yellow. Beautiful colors that it has, the rooster has. We come down to the bottom and we have that same burnt sienna just in this little section down here. We could even add some alizarin crimson, which we're going to use soon, and we're going to change that to make it a little bit darker red, darker orange, even in the feathers. So I've got cadmium yellow again, the beak. Now we're doing this last bit of feathers for our first coat using alizarin crimson. I think it needs a bit of desaturation, so I'm adding some Payne's grey. Using that same red here, it can leave a bit of white. And as I'm going around the back, I'll add a bit more Payne's grey. Those are the main colours of the rooster. In the background, I can use this yellow one here. This is where the cadmium yellow was. And just go around them. And make sure you've got lots of water in here. So this should be lighter sap green. And make sure you touch the wet yellow. Like that, just to halfway, don't go all the way. Viridian green, look at that, changes the greens. A little bit more vibrant. Down to the bottom here. And now up at those seed pods up here, we've got to use our yellow ochre again. So I might go up into this. Now I'm going to let that dry. Next I'm going to add just a little bit of shadow. So I'm going to use ultramarine. You could a little tap of permanent rose there just to change it a little bit. Very simple stroke here for the shadow. Something like that, but I might put a little bit of shadow behind that. Beside the legs. A few little streaks through there between the grass. So the last step is to add those darker spots just to make it pop. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of dots in here. So I'm just going to put something there and even maybe splatters to help that and that integrate better. Some hints at those feathers down there. Can add just a little bit of interest. Now I'm flicking my brush up and down to get nice vibrant strokes. I just add a few darker little strokes. I'll let that dry and you can add a couple of highlights. I have my Uniball Signo pen. Now the white, when I look at the reference, I can see white lines going through the middle of these feathers. A few glints through this one. We have little shiny little highlights. So that's how I sketch our rooster loosely using ink and watercolor. And the trick was there to use a grid with the ratio of the width to the height to help us get those shapes. Now if you want the full version, which is easier to follow and has the reference there, the full res reference, a little template to help you with those outlines, that'll be over my Patreon membership. But you don't just get this tutorial, you get access to all of my tutorials, all my full-length tutorials, over 150 tutorials there, and my beginner's course. So you can start from the very beginner basics and move on to learning how to sketch like this, especially if you want to learn how to loosen up your line work and how to use watercolors. And there's also a great community there, really lovely, warm and friendly community. You can post your sketch, get some feedback, see what everyone else is doing with these tutorials, and you can ask me a question if you have any. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.